You want aim like this. So let's get to the point. This video will optimize your settings and instantly improve your aim. Make sure you drop a like, follow my Twitch, and subscribe to the channel. Let's get into it. Alright boys, today I'm here to make some money and make you better at Apex. You want to know how? I'm going to optimize the ever-living crap out of your settings. I am good at this game, and you're probably not, okay? That is why you clicked on the video, and that's why I'm making the video. I'm trying to see how many dislikes I can get. We're gonna start on gameplay. Starting on gameplay. Interact front style, want to keep this on compact. If it's on compact, then looking to loot things like this is going to, it's pretty much just gonna take up way less room on your screen. Like, so like, let's say you're looking at this dude down here, and then something pops up, like you're running by. Well, now he's covered up. Now, go like that, boom. Like, not covered up anymore. Pretty easy to understand why it's like very, very important to keep it on compact compared to, you know, default. What if you can't read? It doesn't matter if you can't read. Like, unless you're brand new to the game, if you look at a one-time holo, you know what it's gonna do. If you look at a two-time holo, you know what it's gonna do. You guys run default. No, but does that make sense? Your settings make me go from top pred to silver 2 in one day. That's what I do, baby. Button hints. I keep this off. If you need this, because, you know, you're obviously like new to the game, keep it on. But once you understand like all your stuff, just keep it off. Crosshair damage feedback. I keep this on X and X alone. None of this off. And none of this shield with icon. Keep it on X. Not only will you see whenever you hit somebody, but also, let's say you have a grenade. You throw that grenade like near them. There's a lot of like gunshots going around. Boom. Now you know you hit them. You won't know you hit them unless you like actually hear it. But you guys know Apex audio is horrible, right? Let's compare that to off. Like, look at this. If I completely turn it off and I throw it down and there's a bunch of audio, I can't hear anything. I don't know if I killed him or not. Or not if I killed him. Obviously, if you knock them, you're going to get that little pop-up. But I don't know if I did damage to him or not. Do we understand so far, chat? Damage numbers. I keep this on stacking. If you want to be a good teammate, you want to have good comms with your teammates, then please, for the love of everything, keep this on stacking. Once it's on stacking, you don't even have to do the math for how many bullets you hit. You can just say, boom, boom, boom. Like, you look at it, you say, boom, boom, boom. This is how much damage I did. Right? If you keep this off, you're kind of just weird. Like, there's no way you're going to be able to give comms to your teammates properly. Like, at the very least, keep it on. Don't do floating, and don't do both. I've seen some people do floating just because it looks cool, like to have like the little floating numbers, but in my opinion, it's just unnecessary clutter. And in this game, you want to eliminate as much clutter as possible. Alright, ping opacity. I know how to say it now. I keep this on default because sometimes when a teammate like spam pings, if it's on faded, it's kind of tough to see sometimes. So I keep it on default. Especially if I'm like in like a really big fight and I need those good comms. I need to know exactly where everybody is. Like, you want to keep this on default, you know what I mean? Obituaries. Keep this on. You want to see when people are dying in the kill feed. You want to see all that stuff. I personally keep my mini-map rotation off, but that's really just up to preference. I know some people that use it on. That's not me, okay? Weapon auto cycle on empty. Keep this off. Please keep it on off. You want to do everything yourself. Take off your shirt, daddy. There's something seriously wrong with you guys. Always sprint. Keep it on, alright? Auto sprint is definitely the most helpful thing in my opinion when it comes to reaching your maximum velocity as fast as possible. You want to keep it on. I know some people say like, oh, if I have auto sprint on.
CLCK says, Ms. What color is it? Fair skin. Fair skin. Fair skin. Fair skin. Fair skin. Rabbit. 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 Speaking select. Speaking select. Speaking select. Speaking select. Moai. 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 Moai.
Some people say that no matter what, if you have auto sprint on, you can't really like walk around corners. But I tell you, that's cap. All you have to do is press down a little bit lighter on the joystick. Don't fully extend because it will only activate auto sprint if you fully extend. So you can just walk normally, just don't fully extend it. Okay? I know there's a learning curve from going from like having to tap your left stick every single time to sprint into just having auto sprint on, but trust me, it's just one less button that you have to worry about, and plus like you'll get an extra bind once you unbind it. So it's super, super helpful in my opinion. Okay. Next one. Jetpack control, I keep this on toggle. That's just me though. Incoming damage feedback, I keep this on 3D. You want to know if you're getting shot from above, below, not just from like, you know, which direction. You want to have it so that you know like as much as possible, and having it on 3D gives you as much information as possible rather than just showing you the general direction. Off-screen portraits, I keep this on. I don't even know what it is. Pop-up. If you're new to the game, keep this on, just for like, you know, any kind of attachments you want to know. If you're not like familiar with it already, definitely keep that on. But if you're not new to the game, there's no reason to have it on. Again, it's just clutter, so just turn it off. Taking damage closes death boxes or crafting menu. Unless you have the reaction time of a literal turtle, I highly suggest you keep this off. If you're like in caustic gas and you need to get a shield swap, if a team is shooting you from across the map and you're trying to get anything out of a loot box, you know, you don't want it to automatically close for you because they're shooting you from super far away. And like, I promise you, you will die if you keep this on. 110%. Performance display. I know some people that don't play with the performance display, they think it just looks cleaner with it off. But I'm telling you, if you keep it off and you like randomly die because like you have like a frame script or a frame skip, or you just start lagging, like you're the only one to blame. At the end of the day, like, keep this on so you know when you're lagging, so you know when to take your fights and when not to, okay? Chat, I have a really bad headache right now. Communication filter, I keep this on everybody. I don't even know what that does. It's another pointless setting. Reticle, I've been loving this reticle. This is the #1 reticle, I swear to you. If you do not use this reticle, you are throwing. It's just good enough that you don't like on the green surfaces, you can still see it. Like literally anywhere. Like, look, this is like the most difficult area on the map to see a reticle, and look, it's still popping out. So use 15, 25, or 255 and 145. It's goated, I promise you. Laser sight, I keep this on pink because it looks cool. Anything else? Colorblind mode. If you want your game to pop a little bit more, then play on Tritanopia. Trust me, it looks good. Subtitles off unless you're like deaf or something. You know something that's pretty funny, chat? There is somebody in my stream that actually plays deaf. They can't hear at all, and that just shows how bad the game audio is, because you can literally play and still be cracked while actually being deaf on Apex. No other game could you do that. Like, that's how bad the game audio is, because everybody's already deaf. So like him naturally like actually being deaf makes no difference. Shout out to that guy. That guy's cracked. This feels exactly like your last ALC video. It is, dude. I'm not trying to make anything unique here, and it's not for my current viewers, it's for my future viewers, people that will get this recommended to them in like a month. That's all it's for. Okay, button layouts. Let's get into it. I play on customized, jump on LB, and tactical on A. If you play any kind of claw, it's very important that you try to make sure that your little finger right here, this one, doesn't have to go too far on the buttons. And so instead of having to holster, interact, and all that stuff with my just index finger, I decided to move the jump button to LB. That way I can take a little bit of less pressure off of it. But that's just me. Binds are literally up to preference at the end of the day. Like, if you have weird hands, or like you have small hands, big hands, and any kind of like, you know, like thing that makes you unique, it's gonna make your binds even more unique. Does that make sense or no? So like, you can't just copy somebody's binds and expect them to work for you. I also use crouch on a paddle on the back, as well as inspect. Stick layout defaults, interacts, both on tap. I don't like it just feels like I'm lagging though when I want to reload. So that's why I keep it on tap to use. You're gonna have to hold down on reload a lot longer, and it's gonna take more time out of your fight. Does that make sense? Crouch button. Switch to holds. If you want to do bunny hops, if you want to do cool movement, please play on holds. Don't play on toggle. It's a waste of your time. You're putting in extra inputs, and I understand some people will say like, oh well, Mizery, like I need that extra, you know, like stay on toggle because I have to move my hands around the controller way more than you. To that I say womp womp, play claw. Anyways, moving on. Aim button, keep this on hold. I don't think I know a single person that actually uses toggle. That'd be like, it feels weird to use toggle, honestly. But I mean, preference, I guess. I keep it on hold though. Survival slot button, keep this on off, and I'll tell you exactly why right now. If you want to be able to inspect your hands, this is the only way to. You have to turn off survival slot and then hold ADS, so your aim button, and then spam inspect, because the survival slot takes over your inspect button. So if you want to inspect your hands, or you want to inspect your heirloom, turn survival slot off, and then ADS, and then spam the survival slot spot / your inspect. And then many people will ask, like, how in the world do I pull out my, you know, survival slot stuff? Just go into your inventory, Like, it's not that very hard. Like, you'll get the muscle memory. Trust me. Definitely worth. Alright, let me get off of this horrible legend. I don't want to be on conduit. Adaptive triggers. I keep this on off. I don't want to have to pull down even harder on my trigger for it to, you know, activate. Seems stupid to me. Trigger dead zones. Unless your controller is really, really wonky, keep this on none. Menu cruiser speed. This right here was a sweet spot for me, but depending on your stick height, your stick tension, and all that stuff, you might want to play around with it. Start with this, and then just change it around a bit. Movement dead zone, small. Please, Apex, give us the ability to put on none. I don't think they're going to, though. You know the state of the game. So, small. Inverted look. I keep this on. Yes, sir. Look at this. I definitely keep this on. Isn't this incredible gameplay, chat? No, unless you have some kind of disability that requires you to keep it on. I see no reason why you'd ever want to run it. Vibration, keep this on off. I know some people like to use it to like time their like slide jumps and stuff. And I understand that, but I promise you, for your consistency and aim, if you turn off vibration, like I understand like some of you guys are saying like, oh, it feels more realistic. Like, who cares? All we care about is performance, bro. Keep it off. It's messing up your aim, I promise you. Advanced look controls. This is the bread and butter that everybody wants. And now that I have your attention, YouTube, I bet you anything it's about 70% retention right now in just this section alone. Come over to my Twitch. Yeah, I'm speaking to you, Johnny. Okay? Come over to my Twitch right now. We don't just do Apex. We also do Valorant. We also do Just Chatting. We also do Reacts. We do so many cool things around here, okay? So why haven't you already followed? Why? Yeah, there you go. You're scrolling down right now. You're scrolling down. You still hear my voice. You're scrolling down. You just click the Twitch link. You still hear me in the other tab. And you just followed. Good job. All right, moving on. Dead zone. Keep us on 0. All right? I don't care how wonky and weird your controller is. If this is not on 0, you're throwing. But you can also play 1, 2, or 3. Okay? Those are acceptable. All that matters is that you play on a very, very low dead zone. You have the most responsive stick as possible. Right? Right? You understand that so far?
Fraser Otsuk says if you don't follow then Miz won't touch you tonight.
What he said. Outer threshold. No, back to dead zone. Dead zone's very, very underutilized. Many people don't look at dead zone and think, huh, I'm throwing by playing a high dead zone. But you are, bro. Look at this. You go to controller. Even put it at default. Look at this. Like, it's so much harder to aim. It's freaking bad, dude. You don't want it. Go to 0, go to 1, go to 2, go to 3. Just go to something that's super, super low. At least, like, under 5. If it's under 5, I'll still accept you into my family. But if it's anywhere above 5, you're disowned. Like, I'm telling you, dead zone is the immediate improvement that you'll see. Like, with recoil control, tracking, and everything else, baby. Outer threshold, I keep this on 4. Gives me a little bit of extra speed. On the stick, just because I'm still not completely used to the PlayStation control stick tension. But I know when I was on Xbox, I would play this on like the lowest I can go, 1, maybe 2. But now I play on 4. Just helps a little bit with speed. Response curve, I play linear. You can play anywhere between, I would say, like, this is about classic, I'm pretty sure. And this. So, like, anywhere in between here is good. Anything else is just, like, wonky. Like, you don't want to play it. It's adding extra dead zone, by the way. I don't know if many of you guys know that, but response curve is directly tied to your dead zone. Chat, who else's throat is sore? Per optic settings. I didn't go over per optic settings last time, and I got flamed in the comments. I'm not even gonna lie. So here they are. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1.4, 1.4, 1.4. Let me tell you why. I want my ADS to be consistent on everything, okay? You can always customize it if you don't feel it's fast enough on, like, say, the 2 times, 3 times, 4 times. But for me personally, I want to be consistent. However, for my, like, snipers, whenever I get aids, I want to make sure that, let's see, it's, like, faster for, like, the faster your flicks. Because at the end of the day, I have to cover more, like, distance because it's zoomed in. So it needs to be faster if I want to properly keep up with people. Yaw speed, 500. Pitch speed, 500. We're maxing that jawing out. If you don't want to play max sense on there, it's totally fine. Go down to like 300, and then do this. You can max out your turning extra. You'll still get max sense right here, but then the moment, watch this, the moment that you lock onto somebody, Ooh, boom, slows down, and now you can beam, just like a 4-3 bot. Whatever you do, do not play 4-3 linear. Stop asking me for a 4-3 linear to ALC conversion, because I'm not going to give it to you guys. 4-3 linear is what's ruining Apex. ADS yaw and pitch speed, 140, 130. This is the sweet spot for me. I've been playing around with this a lot recently, and this is why I'm making the new video, because I feel I have the responsibility to give this to you guys. 140, 130 is so... It's literally perfect, dude. I promise you, you're gonna love it. It's like the perfect amount of, like, you can still track while doing cool movement. You can still track people that are doing movement, and all the things in between. So 140, 130 is perfect for me, and I know it's gonna be perfect for you. Stop saying cringe. I keep my aim assist on because I need it. And with that, the video is over. Goodbye.